All right, guys, welcome to the stream. I even got some sound effects today. Let's get an applause going. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. One more applause, one more applause. No, please, please, no more, no more. One more. Hey, so you can sit down. You can, you guys can sit down. Thank you guys. Welcome to another Saturday Grease Monkey stream. Today we're going to be going over I'm just going to be playing around with the line art modifier for grease pencil in Blender 2.3 beta, which you can get in the experimental section of Blender. Susan, hello, good to see you, glad you're here. Hope you had a good week. Drink some nice coffee here. No milk, no sugar, just black coffee. But yeah, so here we are. I got my whole blender set up so I can start doing this. Let me put my coffee in a non-dangerous place. Got some tunes in the back this time. Let me put my this a little lower so we can see the chat better. There we go. There we go. And then I can go up into the chat. Oh no, it stops right there. Okay. All right. So hope everybody's having a good week. Like I said, doing the grease pencil line art modifier. We're just going to be playing around with it, seeing its limits. I was doing some testing before I started streaming, and I saw that once it got too intense, it actually slowed down my computer. So if it slows down my computer, there's a possibility that my stream may go down. So just keep that in mind. My stream will go down, I'll put it back up, or it'll be spotty up and down. We'll see. Hopefully my settings can compensate for that. But since we're on the beta, since grease pencil needs to be optimized more, since it's a very intense thing that I'm doing, not 3D and rendering and all that stuff, it may fall, but just know that I'll be back. So let's see what we got here. All right. So I'm always setting up here. All right. Let me make sure that my keys are set. Sorry, guys. Get my colors. Yep. Blender. Okay, we're on Blender. We're good. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. We are going to... Is this shift? There we go. Boom, boom. All right, so we got two monkeys here. One had a subsurf modifier in it. That's why he's all schmoove. This one is a monkey. If you would just get it right off. I'm using my toon shader that I built, which you can get in the description if you guys are interested. It's affected by lights and everything. So to test this out, let's get the less intense monkey out. Let's delete him. We'll go here, center him. We'll get our monkey. Let's just start from the beginning. So let's press Shift A. I wish the screencast keys worked. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the beta, so you can't see my keys. Okay, so Shift A, mesh. Go do the monkey. We got our monkey. We got the monkey here, the Blender monkey. All right, I'm gonna put in the toon shader I have. There we go. And then we're gonna right click and hit smooth shade. Now we got a smooth monkey. It still looks a little jaggedy, and that's because it's pretty low poly and stuff. My toon shader is doing a lot of the coloring here with the lights and gradients and stuff. And then to add in this new line art modifier, right? To add it in, you have to hit Shift A, go to grease pencil, and then go to either scene line art, collection line art, or object line art. And these three things are going to you know, dictate where the line art is modifier is being applied. Since I don't want this to get too intense, I'm gonna do it on the object basis. So so I'm pretty sure by having the monkey selected, hitting Shift A, if I choose grease pencil, then object line, it'll now add the lines, right? And obviously this looks a little weird, right? And the way that this line art modifier is actually working, it's working in relation to the camera, right? So I'm not in the camera right now. So if you hit 0 on the numpad, you can see that it kind of looks better. So now that we have the line art modifier added, you see that it added a line art grease pencil object. You can tell it's a grease pencil because of the little icon on the left here. It's a grease pencil. So it created its own grease pencil object. You click on it and then you go to the modifiers, and this is where you do all the settings for your line art modifier. Right now, you could choose so we'll go by the top, you know, source type, you know, it'll give us the same options we had when we hit Shift A. It has collections, objects, scenes, right? We're doing object, obviously, because we only want it on Suzanne here. Or Suzanne. The monkey's name is Suzanne with a Z, not like Susan Blue Robot. Anthony Z says, "Oh my gosh, this is great." It definitely is, coming out in 2.93. So now what we could do is we could select the lines that we want. So we will take off all these, and now we're left with the contour, and the contour is what's left. Once again, if you shift around and look at it, it's really weird looking, right? But it's only updating in relation to the camera. So always go back to the camera, and then if you rotate, Anthony Z says Suzanne. We can right click, and you can see that it's being generated. Let me see if I can do it. You can see that it auto updates, right? And obviously it looks a little jagged because the monkey is a little low poly. But this is how you control it, right? So let's go back to our line art grease pencil object. Let's, for the edge types, I would just do contour for now to keep it simple. But you can obviously do creases and intersection, edge marks. I mean, it's a lot of good options here. So the next setting that I think is kind of cool to mess with is under style. If you go to thickness, you could change the thickness of it. Boom, look at that. So now you got some like thick lines here, right? So that's pretty cool. And then everything else, honestly, I've done some experimenting, and I kind of like, I get some of them, I don't get some others. Like this one says levels, minimum number of occlusions the generated strokes. So I assume that it's choosing the lines that are not seen, right? So we're choosing 0, so we'll see the contours. But then if we choose the next line, it takes away the contours, and then it puts the lines that you can't see. So like, you can't really see, but like the eyes behind here and stuff. Cool. So we'll put that range 0. You could change the thickness. And I think what's interesting about this, right, is now that we have this line art modifier, we can make stuff, and it'll be very easy. Like especially when it involves hard surface stuff. When it comes to organic stuff, maybe it's a little different, but hard surface stuff, I think it's gonna help, and I'll show you some examples of that. But if we go to the materials of your line art, you can actually change the color of the line art. So here it is, black. We could change it to white and all sorts of different colors, and that's pretty cool too, right? That's fun. We're having fun here, right? But I think to do some more fun stuff, right, with the line art modifier, I'm gonna change it back to black. So let's put everything 0. There we go. And I think adding the effects is what makes it fun. So we're gonna do not effects, also another modifier. Let's under modifiers go to tint, right? And right now it's being tinted by a uniform color, so you know we could change the black into a different color. Really not that much of a difference, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do gradients, right? That's pretty cool, right? So I'm gonna just choose some extreme gradient colors right now, just so we can be able to see them. So like this pink and this green over here, because that's a ridiculous color. So the next thing you want to do is now hit Shift A and add in an empty. I'm gonna add in a cube empty, right? So you see this empty, it's here, it's clear, it doesn't render anything, it's just an object that exists in space, right? So let's go back to our line art modifier, line art, and then go to modifiers, go to tint, and then we'll change the object. And you can use this little eyedropper picker, and you're gonna choose it. You see that it turns into empty. There we go. Now we got our object being affected by this modifier. Anthony Z says, is this only available in 2.93 beta, not 2.92? Yes, it is not in 2.92. It's only in 2.93 beta, and obviously when 2.93 comes out, it'll be in 2.93. I'm just kind of like playing around and demoing this feature because of what's to come, because I've been waiting for this line art modifier for like a while. It's gonna be very useful for me in my future. But yeah, you have to get the experimental build for now. But I think 2.92 should be coming out relatively soon. I think within the next couple months. I'm guessing. Maybe I should fact. If anybody's in the chat who knows when 2.93 is coming out, not 92, when 2.93 is coming out, please write it in the chat. We would like to know. Whew. Okay. So we got the line art modifier looking good. Useful for me too, so I really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks. No problem, Anthony. All right, so let's go back to the line art modifier. We have the empty that's chosen. Now we can choose the radius and we can change it. You can see that it changes color, right? I wish it could show you the radius, like the distance, right? So I'm gonna bring this to the top, and you can see that as it passes through, it goes from gray to pink to green again, right? That's the gradient that we have. So let's see, maybe we have to make it smaller, like this. Oops. Grab it, we'll bring it down, and now let's pick some better colors for this line art. Let's do like pink and blue, which is much nicer transition instead of having that gray in the middle. All right, there. So now you can see that it is this line art's being affected by the gradient. I just think that adds a little bit of fun to it. I'll show you how we can do some fun stuff with this, right? So we got the line art, and we could change the influence. You can see the line. Let's see some other settings, right? Let's go back to the line art. Let's go to the original line art modifier, which should be the first one. All right, and let's do transparency. If I hit transparency, I guess that's just transparent. Let's go back. Maybe transparencies. There has to be something useful for this. I guess you can mask things. We're not doing complex stuff right now. And then at the end, if you like it, you can bake it, and it won't change. And then it will take up less resources, right? So let's just start doing some quick modeling stuff, and we'll see how it works. Hopefully my Blender doesn't crash, or my computer doesn't crash, or the stream doesn't crash, and we'll keep going through these tests, you know, to see how this works, right? So let's delete everything. We'll do it again. I see there's some new people in watching in the chat, so we'll repeat the steps. We'll erase everything. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, let's just start off with a cylinder. So I'm gonna go Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. Perfect. I like it. Right click, hit smooth. This is a weird shading, so just make sure to go into this tab here, object data properties, normals, hit auto smooth. There we go. Now we have the auto smooth. So the tops and bottoms are flat, right? I'm gonna put in my material, my toon shader that I made. If you want this toon shader, it's in my Gumroad in the description. And just click on that. There we go. There's the toon shader, looking pretty fancy. Now we hit Shift A, right? Shift A. We'll go to grease pencil. I'm gonna make sure I select the object. Go to grease pencil and do object line art. Do it again. Boom. Now we got our line art, and that's looking pretty cool. And when I rotate it, it updates, and that's hella neat, right? Very, very cool. And I can make these much thicker. So let's go click on the line art that was created up here. Let's go to the modifier and let's make it thicker, right? Great. Now we got a somewhat more cartoony look. So let's see how this modifier fares while modeling with it. So what I want you to pay attention to is the top left here to see how it turns out, because when you look at it this way, look, this looks real funky. It only got like the front, but that's the trickery that it's doing. So let's model like a tube here. So I'm gonna shrink this. Go to face mode by pressing 3. Select the face, we'll indent it, we'll bring it up, and it models it with it. That's really awesome. Like, it goes right with it. So we'll go like that, you know. Let's bring this to the top here. So this is gonna be like some sort of tube going. We'll bring the object down. There we go, so we could see it in our thing there. We're gonna put a little top to it, and I'm gonna put a round top to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit tab, select the top face, hit Shift S, a cursor to select it. Our cursor's there. Now when I call upon this sphere, boom, the sphere is on top of there. I'll make sure to hit smooth to make sure that's smoothed out. And now what I want to do is I want to get the sphere, bring it up, because I want to take out the bottom half of the sphere. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to press 1 or click up here for point mode. We'll click on the point at the center of the bottom, hold control and press plus. We start selecting all the points that we need. Right, hit X, vertices. Now we got our top here. And the line art's getting in my way, so I'm going to take it off, and I'm also going to hit 2, hold alt and click on left click on the bottom here, hit F to fill it up, and now I got a half sphere. We'll close it back up. I'm going to press L to select all of it, hit G and Z. Man, I wish I had screencast keys so you can see. And then I bring it down, and we're putting in a nice little top here. It's scaling down from the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is, I guess that's fine. We'll bring it down. We'll scale it. I'm trying to make it look like a test tube. It's looking kind of weird right now. But it should be better. There we go. And it's looking weirder. All right, we're gonna flatten out the top here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit 2, select the ring in the center, hit Control S, cursor to selected. So what that's doing is it's putting the cursor in the center of this selection, of this whole selection, right? I hit the period key and I change this to the 3D cursor. So now when I scale, it's going to scale from the 3D cursor itself. And I want to do that because I'm going to make this top half flat, right? So I'm going to see, I have the circle selected. There's a great way to select things. If you go to select, and if you want to select everything inside of this circle, hit select, select loop, and select inner region. And there, I select the inner region. Right? Because now, let me take off this line art modifier. Hit S for scale. Z and then 0. We flatten out the top. And now we're doing good. We're doing real good here. I hit I to inset it, and then we can continue the tube upwards. Bring back the line art modifier. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase the whole centerpiece because I'm gonna see if I can draw something in it. So select the centerpiece, erase. Let me get this line art is getting so in my way. Okay, and then I'm gonna select 2, hold Alt, select that, press F, fill it in, bring back the line art modifier. Also, I'm gonna make the line art modifier much thinner. Line art modifier. Okay, there. And I think this is looking pretty cool. Let's look at it on our normal one here. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I'm gonna bring my light a little bit further up here. That's out of our way. And let's add some dimension to our shapes here. So let's get rid of the line art again so we can see what we're doing. We'll go to select it, hit tab, hold Alt, click so we can do a loop selection. Control B for bevel. So we're beveling out the bottoms here. We're going to do a little bit of the same for the top here. We'll bevel it out. Just do a lot of beveling. Let's see what that looks like with the line art modifier. That's looking pretty cool. You know, especially with the I'm losing my word, material that the toon shader I have. Bring it down. And we're getting something interesting. I'm gonna change the line art from black to a different color. So all we have to do is go to the line art, go to black. I'm gonna make it like this color, like this dark purple. So now that's looking pretty cool. I like the gradient it has going on. I'm gonna adjust the shader. I think I'm gonna take off the shading, this dark shading that I have. It works pretty cool. Like if you're in a dark scene, you have it like right here. You can see that it has like this cool cartoony type look. We can always bring it back, so I'm gonna just take it away for now, or actually try it. Let me see what this does real quick. Oh, cool. This does it like from the front, which I think is pretty neat. Is it affected by any direction? Let's see. Okay. Anyway, pretty neat. We'll go to our toon shader again. We can either switch between this or the light. We're just gonna take it off for now. So boom, it's off. Or maybe I should keep it. Kind of like it. Hold on. Just a little bit. Add some like cool depth to it. Okay. So let's see if we can put something cool in the center here, like a diamond or something. Right? So the way I'm gonna make this diamond is I'm gonna go to Edit, Preferences, and we're gonna put in an add-on. Type in extra, read all about it. So there would be add mesh extra objects, right? So click on extra objects. This is a great add-on to have on because you get so many extra different primitives that can be real useful. Okay, so now that we have the extras, if we hit Shift A, go to mesh, you can see that we have our extras here, and I got that because I also get diamonds. And obviously I can get a diamond, but what I actually like is gems. The gems are the cool ones. So let's bring this down. And now we have our gem in the center. We'll put the toon shader on it, but we're gonna make it its own toon shader. So we'll just click on this little button here, and then we'll call this gem. So now they both have their own shaders, and we're gonna obviously color this a little bit better. So cool, we got this gem going on, but it doesn't have our line, right? So remember we chose, when we hit Shift A, right, we went to grease pencil and we did object line art. What we want is now scene line art. So everything in the scene gets line art, but we don't have to click on this. We can actually take the line art we already have. Oh, excuse me. Go to the modifier and just change the source type. And that's where you change that. All this, when you hit Shift A and you go to grease pencil, all these three things is just a shortcut to give you this same line art modifier and then change the source type from object to scene to collection. See, it's all the same right here. So you can change these options at any time, so you don't have to feel like you're committed once you set that, right? So let's put it to scene. Let me save, make sure that, and hopefully my computer, doesn't crash or anything, and my stream's still going good. So let's change the object to scene. Now we have our diamond here, and it has the line on it as well, but the line is gonna just be purple in the same way for the whole scene. So I guess that's why you want it on an object per object basis. So let's go back. Let's go to scene. We'll change this to objects again. So now this has its own line art. So we're gonna name this like this line art, tube. We'll put line art. We'll leave the word line art, and then we'll put a dash and we'll put tube, just so we know what that one is. We'll put this gem and cylinder in this collection here and call this models. It's good to be organized, guys. It's good to be organized. All right, models. Okay, and then now we want another line art for this, so I can change the color. So first thing I want to do is I want to make this toon shader that I have here. Maybe let's make it a different color, and I'm gonna change the color of the tube too. But let's make a bluish. Let's make a bluish color for the diamond. So it doesn't have to be blue, but let's try and do a shortcut. So before me changing all these colors here, let's see if I can just change the hue by going to color, hue saturation, put it in between our color here, and we're just gonna tap on this hue. This kind of works. Kinda. I want to pick my own colors now that I think about it. So let's just pick our own colors. So here are the colors that we get to pick from. Also, make sure it's connected, so it's still working. So let's pick a dark blue. Let's pick a nice, actually, let's do this. Let's pick a color palette from, I'm gonna go to colorhunt.co. I'm gonna type in blue. We'll get some blue gradients here that I think would be pretty good. We're gonna use just the first one. We'll do this one here, right? So this is how we're gonna get our colors. Skip the process of me picking colors here. So I'm gonna click on this. This copies the hex code, the dark blue. I'll click on that and I'll just go to hex and I'll paste it here. Boom. Next one. Copy. Click on that one. Boom. Next one. Copy. Click on that. Hex. There we go. And then the last one, this white color. And there we go. And then we're also going to change this purple one because it's like the shadowed outline. We'll change it to the same blue color. So we'll go to hex, copy it, Control C, and we'll change it here. So that's now blue. But really, maybe it should be like something lighter. So let's go to our HSV, go lighter, less saturated. Maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's looking a lot better though. So we'll bring our light in closer just to see how that looks. You see it in the top right. It's looking pretty good. All right, cool. All right, so now our diamond's the right color, right? Or a better color than it was before. Also, I'm gonna change the background so we can. Hopefully. Okay. We'll just choose this color for now. Alright, so let's go back to making a line art for our gem. So let's click on the gem, Shift A, grease pencil, object line art. There it is. It ended up being here. I'm going to put it into a grease pencil object. I'm also going to call this gem. Gem. Okay. So now our line art is black, right? Which is alright. So I want it to be more of this dark blue color. So I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is go to gem, go to the material, and change the line art to be that color. So I'm going to choose our gem and find out that hex code. Let's find it. There it is, copy. And then we'll go into our line art, gem, and we'll paste it. There we go. So it's this blue color that is now sticking out a lot more. You know, we'll tweak it along the way, but let's tweak some of these settings. As I rotate the diamond, it looks like the line art is only getting right on the edges, right? So let's see if we can find I don't know, a more creative looking diamond or whatever, or line art. So let's just tilt it up a little bit and let's see if we can get some more lines in here. So let's go to gem. We'll go to the modifier. It looks like they're all on, right? Material borders, edge marks, intersections, creases, right? So this is cool, right? So putting the crease up to 180, yeah. So this number is really only affecting, this number 180 is only affecting the crease. So we're going to take off everything and we'll keep on contour and crease. And we'll put that up to 180. So it's going to just mark down every line, which is cool. And then we're going to put our thickness down much thinner. What if it was like just super light? Okay. So this is looking kind of cooler. Let's see if we do a quick render. I'm going to save it. F12. You know. I think it's fun looking, right? I wonder if there's a way to exclude these top ones up here. So let's exit out of this. And let's figure out. We're going to learn this together. I don't know how to, if this is going to work. So we're going to go to gem. There has to be a way to, like, I guess, mask. Oh, that's cool. So if you choose the range or the occlusion level, there's only 2 for this particular diamond. There's all the lines and I guess everything on the inside that's being looked at. Oh yeah, so it's basically on the back end of what you can't see. That's what occlusion means. Showing the lines behind. Right, so if I rotate this, man, that top part is flickering. Anyway, we'll bring this back to 0 and figure out if we can what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to point mode, select this point, erase the point, and then select the whole line, hit F. Oh, I guess it just makes lines there regardless. There's like no way around it, huh? Gem. Well, now it's gone. Oh. It's mostly gone. Oh, in some angles it stays, in some angles it's gone, huh? So I'm not sure if that's like part of it. Because right there, that's what I'd like. Just it to be kind of flat at the top. Okay, but here, we're going to do... Maybe we could do this a different way, right? So let's go back to our line art gem. And we're going to do mark edges. So we're going to take off... We're going to take off crease. And right now, only the edges are being marked. So that's pretty cool. It has kind of like an outline. Got that outline look. We're gonna do it with crease edges instead. That's how we'll do it. So we'll go there. We'll select our whole object. Right? And the only things we're not gonna select... Oh no. We'll select the whole object. We'll hit, I think, Control E. And then we'll do mark... There's three different ones I'm looking at. Edge crease, mark seam, and mark sharp. So let's do mark seams. And let's go back to our line art and see if edge marks does anything. No? Generate strokes from freestyle marked edges. Okay, freestyle marked edges. So is there a freestyle? Oh, mark freestyle edges. There it is. So mark freestyle edges. Those are green. Now we'll go to our line art. Now we'll go to edge marks. And now we have a bit more control over where we have our lines appearing. And I think that's cool. So it's flat at the top. And I think our diamond's looking pretty spectacular. Okay, cool. So now something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Alt R, reset that, and I'm gonna add in an empty. So I'm gonna hit Shift A, empty, and a plane axis. So let's see if we can see it here. There's our plane axis. We're gonna do that thing, that tint I was talking about earlier. So we'll choose our line art gem. We will choose our material. Oh no, we'll choose another modifier. Add the tint. Change it from stroke fill. And I'll just do it to stroke. I don't know. I'll put the strength to 1 for now. We'll use the gradient. And then we will use the opposite color gradient. So let me bring back our gradient here. So we'll do this white. We'll change this white to this type of white. Just kind of like a light blue. And then we'll change this to dark. Maybe a lighter. We'll try dark first. We'll do this dark. Now we got a gradient going on. And then we'll choose our item with the little eyedropper tool. Boom. Empty. There it is. I'm also going to move this empty in our outline to utility. And I'm going to put gem. Tint. Empty. Okay, great. So I can see now, right? Oh my god. There it is. I can see now that this empty is affecting the tint. So let me bring it a little forward so you can see it, right? You can see that it's like, if you get close to it, the line is being tinted with the light and the dark, right? And you can kind of see it on the left side here, right? Let's see if I can zoom up on it. See? Lights it up. It's kind of interesting. Lighting up the stroke with it. Let's see what it looks like in reverse. So now let's do some experimenting. See what it looks in reverse. So I'll just... I think I could right click this. I forget how to do this quickly. There used to be a quick way. Oh, here it is. Flip color ramp. Alright, so now the dark is affecting it first. So let's put the distance. And this is like some really subtle stuff. Like, obviously this is not to like, you know, do anything crazy. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to select the gem. Well, I'm going to bring the empty to models. I'm going to parent the empty to the gem. So I figure out how it works. I pick the empty, then I pick the gem, and I hit Control P and parent. Yes. So now when I move this, oh, wrong one. Select the empty, select the gem, then hit Control P. No, it should be reverse. Choose the gem, then choose the empty, and then Control P. There it is. So then when I choose the gem, the empty moves with it, and then the color of the line stays the same. And you can see the empty moving with it right there. I'm going to make it invisible for now, because it's kind of annoying to look at. But you can see that the color of our line goes from dark to light. And we can always affect that by going here and bringing the distance. And you can see it on the left side there. It goes like dark, light. I'm going to save. Dark, light. Alright, so, you know, I like using this tint a lot. It helps bring some like dynamic stuff to this. Okay, so let's see if other modifiers work, and maybe they don't work here because it's in beta, but I just want to see if they work or not. So one that I want to test out, hold on, I'm still tweaking these colors. Okay. Okay. Alright, so let's see if other modifiers work. So tints obviously works. We're using it right now for this diamond. Diamond. Give a round of applause for the diamond. So we got this diamond. Let's see. Let's see what other stuff we have here. We have noise. Let's see if noise works. Okay, okay. Noise works. I hate getting out of this. I should just zoom up. And also, let me get rid of this here. There we go. So noise works. Positioning. And does it, if I bring up the timeline, let me see if the timeline's here. Oh my god, how do I do this? There it is. Just another thing looks sassy. How do you say that? Assalamu alaikum. I'm assuming that's a greeting, and greetings to you, sassy. Assalamu alaikum. Alright, so we got the position here. And when we hit play, does it move? Oh, it does. Look at that. And then now, this line art modifier has a nice movement that kind of adds kind of like a fun effect to it, right? So I'm glad that the noise modifier works for now. So let's see if we can just keep tweaking this noise modifier to make something cool looking. So gem, we got strength, which is pretty neat. Thickness, noise scale. Let's see as we hit play. That's pretty fun though. Noise offset, position. It looks crazy when it goes too far. So we got this, the diamond. I wish there was more points on the line. Like, let's see how many points are on this grease pencil scene object. Oh, let me take a little break here. Sorry, guys. Gotta get some stretching in. Okay. So we got noise. Oh yeah, let's see if we go to the line art gem that we have up here. And then we go to edit mode. It looks like we can't edit the line art. I guess since it's like real time, we can't look at the line art. So I think if we bake it, it will work. So let's go to line art. Let's go to object, and we will go into the line art modifier over here. Scroll down to the bottom. We'll go to baking, and we'll do. There's bake line art all. So bake all grease pencil objects that have the line art modifier. That's pretty cool. Clear bake and clear all. So I'm gonna do bake line art for this gem. So now that it's baked, if I go to edit mode, oh, I should be able to see it. There it is. There's all my points. But is my modifier... Oh, my modifier was affecting it. Great. So now, to make this, I think, look better, let's see if we can select all the lines since it's baked. Oh, but if I rotate this... Ah... See, it doesn't, I can no longer rotate it because the line art is baked. It has kind of like a shell going on. Which is kind of an interesting look, actually. So if we go back to the line art, we can't bake it necessarily. So let's clear all bake. Now we can do our gem and then continue to have our line art modified. I wonder if... I just want to know if I can... I don't know, add more points to these lines. Doesn't look like it, though. Vertex weight transfer. Chaining. Angle splits. Occlusions. Style. Overlapping edges as contours. Instance objects. Clipping boundaries. Remove doubles. Okay, so the noise modifier works, but once again, the issue is just that there's very minimal points, so it's just going to be the modifier is only going to work because the modifier is going to work in a way where it's only moving like lines instead of making it curvy in the middle. It's only moving them like sections and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I guess we'll keep that for now. We'll keep the noise modifier. Let's see what other modifiers work. So far we got tint, we got noise. Let's see what else we can do. Also, to make this animation interesting, I'm going to rotate it on the Y 30 degrees, 20 degrees. Okay. And I'm going to save it. I'm going to do a little Python quick code to rotate it. Obviously, I can keyframe it to rotate, but I'm going to do it a little differently. So I'm going to hit the pound sign. I'm going to hit frame. Divided by 200, I think. Divided by 100 is probably better. Nah, divided by 50. Divided by 20. There we go. So, maybe 30. Maybe 30. A little fast. Okay, maybe we'll go back up. I'm sorry. This is what happens when we do live. We'll be tweaking numbers. 50 is good. I like this, but it looks like my modifier is going crazy. Like, it's going faster than what it was when it was standing still. So, also let's put this up to like, 600. We'll hit home here so we can fill it in. I also am gonna put this at a high frame rate, just to make it smooth looking. And now we're at a higher frame rate. Oh, well, the stream's at 30, right? So I'll do it at 30 frames. Since it's a little faster, then we'll go to 60. Okay, let's go back to the line art. I like how this is looking. I think it's interesting. Let's go back to the modifier. Let's go to the noise part. If we put the position up, it like really looks crazy. Looks like it's like all over the place. Yeah, Susan, I put hashtag or a pound sign. So what I actually put in, let me see if I can show you, Susan. I'll pause it for you. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, what you're supposed to type in. So it's under... You don't have to do this. I just want to show you where it is. So I'm going to click on gem. Drivers. Z. Drivers. Yeah. So what I did was, right, and I'll take it off now, right? I'll delete the driver. I'll put this back to 0. So what I did was, Susan, I hit the hashtag, right? So this pound key, right? I type in frame, and what frame is that it's a variable for Blender, and whatever frame it's on, that's the number it's putting in there. So if it's frame 1, it puts it on 1. If it's frame 2, it puts it on 2. If it's frame 3, 3. And then I divide it by 60. That makes it purple and makes it a driver. And then you'll see that the driver is created here. And the expression that's being used on the Z is framed /60. So what the hashtag or the pound, what the pound does is kind of like a shortcut. I'm just telling it to do a driver, use the frame, and divide it by 60. And then that automatically sets up my driver to be in this expression here. And then that's the expression. Yeah. No problem. Thanks for the question. Sometimes I do that if people are curious about it. I usually go pretty quickly over it. People usually don't like to see it. So now we got our object rotating. Our line art is insane. So we're gonna put it back to like 40. I just wish it wasn't doing it. Oh, nice. Thank you for the follow, the like. I can't tell. That was so loud. I got so scared. I missed the name too. Hold on, I'm gonna get that name. Anyway, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Or like, I'm not even sure. I'm new to this streaming stuff, guys. But please, if you're in the chat, let me know. I appreciate you. Themes also. Oh. Oh, okay, I found it. I cheat. Uh, I cheat. Adam, my girlfriend's simple. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I butchered your name terribly though, but thank you. Okay, so we have the line. Oh yeah, where was I? The line art modifier. This is crazy. Can I make this like not so jittery or not so quick? I don't know. We will check. We will see. Noise scale. Is it noise offset? Is it noise seed? Maybe it's the scale. I don't know. It's a little quick. I wish I had some more control over this. Can I do custom curve? What is this? I would have swore there was like an option where you can choose kind of like the frame rate at which it offsets. Like it's at 0 now, 100. It looks really jittery. I don't know. We'll keep moving though. There's nothing I could do. So it's moving kind of quickly. Let's see what this gem looks like smooth. I'm just curious. Smooth. It's an interesting look. So we'll go back to flat. And then we'll put the line art. We'll put it less so it's not as like jarring. There it is. A little jittery. Or maybe we'll turn it off for now. Alright. So here's our gem. Looking cool. And let's see about this shader. Maybe we can bring back that dark color. So let's bring back the color. So this is with, you know, the dark color that I have set, which is kind of nice. And then without it. I think it probably looks good with some of it in there. And what if we just did it with this way? Let's see. Okay, this may look better, guys. Because it looks like it's only being affected on one side. So let's move this light around. And I'm looking at the left side here. Left side here. Moving this light around. That looks kind of nice. What if we put this light super bright? Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. Or if we put it super dim. Let's bring it down. Okay. That's fine. Changing the colors don't work because the color's coming from the shader itself. Or the material. So. We're going. We got the dark. We got the diamond. It's going. It's looking cool. I like it. Let's see if there's another modifier that affects it. So let's see. Let's try offset. We're just experimenting, guys. We're hanging out, experimenting. You know, seeing where what this modifier can do. So if I click on offset, let's see what that does. Oh, it moves our little diamond. That's cool. Moves our diamond. You can move it forward and back. Actually, it's kind of a neat effect. So if I just make this 0 and I bring it forward on the y-axis, I can have like this neat effect where the line is outside of the model itself. I think it kind of gives it a fun look. So maybe we may keep this one. Maybe we'll keep it. I like it. I like it. Or instead of moving it forward, what if we scale it up? So let's bring... Oh no, that's not... That's not good. That's not good. We'll bring it to 0. We'll just bring it... I hope we can rotate it to... Where's it rotating from? Okay. It's rotating from the top there. What if I can I rotate it from... the active elements? Okay, it's fine. We'll move it forward a little bit. Kind of give it a cool look there. I like it. I like it a lot. I got some sound effects. Let's see. What other sound effects do I have here? Hold on. Oh, when I tell a funny joke. How the chicken crossed the road to get to the other side. I am an excellent comedian. Can I have a round of applause? You in the back. Okay. Enough playtime. Okay, so we will go to our line art and let's do another one. I think that's fun. That's a fun modifier to put on it. Offset. Let's see what smooth does. Smooth is interesting. Let's see what smooth looks like without. Oh no, it's just weird in general. Strength, thickness, UV. Interesting. So it kind of like smooths out all the lines and just kind of makes it a weird mess. So smooth doesn't really work for our diamond right now. What else we got here? Time offset. I think that has to do with like keyframes and the dope sheet and stuff. Mirror. So this is trippy. This just kind of mirrors it. Let's keep on going. How about simplify? We'll do fixed. How about we do adaptive? Nothing really cool's coming out of this. It kind of gives us some neat effects, but I don't know. You guys will definitely have to play with this to see. Okay, so simplify, a no-go. Subdivide. It's kind of gives you like these weird twirly looks, which is kind of fun. Let's see if we can add the noise modifier, right? So it's moving, but let's add the subdivide before the noise. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, okay, that's much better. Now we have the issue of it moving too quickly, but now that it's subdivided, now we can get some like really squiggly lines that are going on. And I like those. I like those lines. That's what I was trying to do before. It's unfortunate that this, see, that this looks like, I don't know, like the diamond is irritated. It's like, ah, it's angry. So angry. All right. So I just wish it was slower. Could it be slower? Feels like it happens so quickly. Is it randomized? Should I do custom curve? Well, anyway, I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm glad the subdivide's there. That's exactly what I wanted. So let's undo how strong that is, though. We're just gonna do it a little bit. Now it looks a little bit more fun, I think. There we go. Oh, we put the thickness down and take the strength back. But if we put the thickness, now our lines are a little like thinner and thick. That's great. And we could take the position down and just put the thickness. I like it. So now this is much more of a subtle effect that I was kind of looking for. So let's get this light out of here. Hold on. Let's just make it invisible. There we go. Okay. So I think having the thickness is cooler because then it becomes all different thicknesses. And it makes it looks like it's shimmering a little bit. So pretty cool. Okay, so thickness on. And if you can see that where the light is, right, where the tint is working, let's turn it on again. Just so you can see where it's at. You can see that the tint, there it is. That side of the diamond is always going to be affecting this right here. So let's take the offset off. Let's take the offset off so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There it is. And let's make it so it doesn't move with it. So let's go to the first frame. Back. And we're going to select our empty. We'll hit Alt-P. And we'll clear the parent. So now it's just hanging out up in front of it. So this tint is just going to stay up in front. Now if we rotate it. Now the shiny part just stays in the front. Which is what we want. There we go. Pretty cool. Let's see. Let's play with some more. Let's play some more, guys. So we could take off the offset. It was cool, but now that I found the thickness and subdivide, that's what I really wanted. Let's see what multiple strokes look like. Oh, nice. It looks crazy. But it kind of looks like a neon sign or something. Maybe if we take it down to 1. Maybe 2. Maybe 1. What if we fade it? So this is a pretty interesting one. You get multiple strokes. You can add in a bunch of them. And it kind of has like this weird neon light look. Let's keep on going. Multiple strokes. We already did mirror. Build probably doesn't look anything. I mean, build looks okay. I don't know what it's doing exactly. If we do an array, we can get multiple ones. But it's only going to multiply the lines, so that's cool. We could probably do something aesthetic. I think we're almost done with all the modifiers. And then we got hue and saturation, which we can change the color, which is pretty cool. So let's put this saturation to 1, this valley to 1. Honestly, this made the outline so much more vibrant. Like, what if we just put the saturation or the hue down to 0.5 and we just make it super saturated or super value? We'll take off the noise, right? This is what it looks like without the noise. And also we're gonna fix this blue color. I think it's a little too much of a blue. That blue is gonna be right here. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. It's going to be in the grease pencil material. Here it is. Oh no, it's not gonna be there either. It's going to be. There's so many places where this color. We'll go to tint. It's this blue. Okay. We found it. We searched 3 different blues. There it is. I think that blue works a little better. And this white maybe can have a tint of blue. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There it is. There we go. Okay. I think we've done all the modifiers so far for this a brilliant diamond here. So let's see the effects. There's not many effects. If we we can blur it. Oh, that looks kind of sick. It looks like it's just too bright for you, you know? let's make these 200. You can barely even tell now. It kind of even looks like a glow, you know? Like, do we even have glow on? Let's see if we can put bloom on. All right, we're gonna put bloom on just for now. Hopefully this isn't like not too intense for my computer here. All right, and we're gonna take off blur. Blur is pretty cool though. I like it. If you have like this line here, it kind of gives it a neat effect. A neat little blur effect. So let's keep going. We got blur, we got colorize. Oh, this is just gonna change it into like, I don't know, 2 colors, right? Dual tones. Like if we choose 2 different colors, right? Yeah, I don't think that's not fun. We got our colors already. We got flip. All right. Looking okay. Looking okay. Let's keep going. We got pixelate, which I find actually kind of interesting. What if like that is kind of interesting. Look, on, like on, off, or on, off, on, off. Blur made it look great. Thanks, Susan. Yes, it did. I think let's see how glow does. Oh look, if we're just pixelating the lines, you can still see the gem on there. So if we pixelate it, it looks kind of like this, like it's being blurred out, like this, like we're censoring, we're censoring this diamond. It is just too vibrant for you, you know. Whew. Okay, so let's keep going. But pixelate's kind of cool too. Blur is really good, like Susan said. I think it makes it feel like it's glowing. Kind of softens out those hard edges too. So let's see, go to rim. And let's choose a color so we see what the hell's happening here. I don't even know. I don't see what's happening. We'll keep going since it's not immediate. We got shadow. Oh, shadow looks kind of cool. It kind of gives it some weird depth. Like, because what it's doing is creating like an extra shadow here. So it kind of creates a little depth there. So what if we did small numbers? What if we did like 1? That is, I'm going to pause it. That is interesting, right? Like, look at this line, right? You can't really tell, but if I turn it off and on here, right? You could kind of tell the difference. Adds a little bit of depth there. And what if we made it completely black? And what if... Actually, let's make it 3. How about 10? This is interesting. This looks like... I don't know what to think of this. Let's make it a color that makes sense. So let's choose like the dark blue color. Yes. I think it gives it a lot of... I don't know, depth or something. Maybe white even? And it's blurred out. Oh, wow. Okay. That's kind of an interesting look. Looks like it's radiating out. So what we'll do is we'll make this the blue color, like I said. We will make this down to 10. So it's only blurred a little bit. We will pick a dark color. She said it's like a wireframe. It definitely is. We'll choose the purple here. And I think that gives it some nice, interesting depth. Like, what if we blurred it even more just to see what it looks like? 300. Looks kind of cool. 20. $32 samples. I'm very surprised about this shadow. I think it looks kind of neat. Cool. Cool. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep the shadow on for now. Make sure it doesn't ruin our computer here. And let me make some room here. Okay. So let's continue. So we got just a couple more. We got swirl. And we need an object for this. So let's add in an empty. We're going to make sure we put this in utilities. Boom. Empty. We'll make it a square one. You can't see it right now, but now you can. It's up here. We'll choose our line art again. And we'll choose... Let me select the empty. Let me call it something like, you know, gem swirl. Cool. We'll choose the diamond. And we'll choose a little eyedropper here. We'll choose gem swirl. And let me take off the stuff so you can see it better. It looks kind of interesting, right? Like, it's obviously a very specific look. I kind of like it. Kind of. Let's see. It's kind of interesting. Gives it so much movement, like it's alive or something. Boom, boom. I like it. Let's do some cool numbers, like 45 degrees. And we'll bring the radius down. So it only happens to this front half here. Interesting. If we look at it from the side, it definitely just looks like real janky and stuff, but kind of interesting, right? Kind of like it. Kind of a very specific case. But very cool though. I like it. All right, so maybe we'll keep it, but we'll keep it real subtle, like we'll keep it for now. Maybe I don't know if I like it or not. So anyway, we'll go to let's go to wave distortion. Oh, wave distortion even adds more to it. You can do vertical and horizontal. Wow, this is crazy. I'm tripping out. So let's take off swirl and see what's actually happening here. Oh man. It looks like it's alive. Actually, I think I like wave distortion way better than swirl. This wave distortion's interesting. What's interesting about the wave distortion is if you look at the line, like, oh no. We're still playing with some of these numbers. Oh man, if we put it up a lot, it looks pixelated. This looks like pixels. Oh, this is interesting. Kind of adds like particles around it. Okay, so horizontal doesn't, vertical doesn't look as good, but horizontal looks pretty good. So let's put the amplitude down. Let's stop going crazy. Let's put the period, a longer period of time here. Now it looks like a living diamond over here. It's kind of interesting. I like it. With the shadow. Yo, it's crazy how much the shadow does. Look at that. No shadow with shadow. No shadow with shadow. No shadow with shadow. No shadow with shadow. Looks cool. Cool. So we have wave distortion going. And let's just make this subtle. You know, maybe I'll just take it off. But we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Having a lot of fun here. Okay, I think we went through all the effects. Rim, pixelate, glow, flip, colorize, blur. And I think we went through all the modifiers. Array, build. I mean, we don't really need armature. We don't need hook. Lattice is to deform it. Noise was where we got it. Offset thickness. Oh, look at if we make it thicker, it looks pretty good too. So we got uniform thickness and just thickness factor. So that tint is doing a lot of that work with that gradient that we're creating, right? Like, that's looking like sweet. So I'm gonna keep the thickness here so we can change it at any time, but I'm liking it. There we go. And I think we can now move on from the diamond. We did all our experimenting on it and stuff. We can obviously keep going and tweaking it, but let's see if we can make an interesting looking if we can make, sorry, my stretching noises, we can make an interesting looking scene here now that we have this line art modifier. Okay, so let's go back to this one and let's start tweaking some of this stuff. So I'm gonna make sure this is in frame. I'm also gonna make it so the camera, you can only see what the camera is looking at. So go to camera, we'll go to pass through. There. So now on this end, you can only see what the camera is looking at, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's fix some. Let's play with some colors here, and maybe even some different type of material. So for this, I want it to be metal. And if this shader looks confusing, you can just download it. It's on my Gumroad. The link's in the description if you want to download it. It's free. There's a video that goes with it. I think I have that up somewhere. So yeah, so let's make this metallic. There we go. And you can see the difference between, you know, metallic, non-metallic, metallic. Cool. So now it's metallic. It's gonna be kind of like a, I don't know, a containment cell or something. We'll put the specular up. We'll put the roughness. We'll put the roughness, you know, halfway. So we could see that it's metal, but it's like brushed metal or something. And would a clear coat look cool? Clear coat doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. So we got our material. Let's change the color. Should this, I always want to try the in an easy way, which would be just using like you know, like hue saturation and just changing the color here. So it's normal color, yellow. We need something that complements this this diamond, this blue diamond. Maybe the purple looks good. There we go. The only thing we need to change, I think, is this outline color. So let's pick a color like this. And we'll just make it a little darker. There we go. See? So maybe we can even change the hue a little bit. Should be more purpley or more light bluey. Probably purpley. Okay. So we got our little stand here, looking pretty cool. Our diamonds rotating, having fun. This background. Let's do something with this background. I'm gonna go to world. And here's our world. I'm gonna hit Control T. That's gonna add in a whole slew of nodes here. But I'm gonna erase the material. We're gonna do a color ramp. We're gonna put this in here. All right, cool. So we got a color ramp going. And I'm going to do, you know, obviously gloss over this if you're not interested in this stuff. But if you have any questions about these materials, please let me know. We'll do a convert, separate XYZ. Now we got our horizon line there. There we go. Now we can move this up and down. There we go. Getting a gradient going on. Beautiful. And let's see what will go good with the blue and this purple. Maybe just some more purple. So let's get the dark color. We'll do this dark color. And the light color, which we'll just do the light color here. You know, something like this. And then let's just change the hue. Color hue. And we can choose some different variations here. If you hold Alt, is it? Oh no, Control. Shift? I guess Shift is, you can do nice transitional transitions and stuff. Maybe put the value up. Putting the value up kind of like blows it out, because we can put the value down. There we go. Getting our diamond there, looking pretty sweet. Let's see if we can make this have like a glow coming up from the bottom, right? Like it's like shining up, right? So we're gonna stop it. We're gonna go to the front. See if I can do this kind of quickly. We'll turn off the line art for now, just so, because it kind of gets in my way when I'm working. So here's our little guy. I'm gonna go into edit mode, press 3, go to face mode, select this bottom half, Shift S, cursor to selected. Boom. Now I'm going to hit the period key, press 3D cursor. Because now when I hit L and select this, I can scale it without it going too crazy. So we're gonna scale it up. Cool. We're also gonna move our camera just a little bit. Cool. And then we also have, if we turn on back our extras, we can see we only have one light here. Let's try out some different lights. Maybe sun. And let me take off all this stuff. This is like always a little extra here. So the sun's kind of interesting. It kind of like blows everything out. We'll bring the light and art back in. Now we'll go back to point. Point's good. Point's fine. What's interesting is seeing how this is not a complete circle right here in the corners. Even though it is a circle. It like stops there. It's kind of weird. Can we fix that? Can we go to the modifiers? Can we fix this? Alright, we're gonna do the same thing we did with the diamond. Now we're not gonna mess with it. We'll just go on. We'll go on doing this. Go. All right. Cool. Now let's yeah, add in that radiant glow, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this line art off. And I'm gonna go into this mode so I can see this better. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm going to hit E on this one, right? I'm gonna bring it up so it encompasses the diamond. Right? And we're gonna see if this works. The line modifier. It's the bevel you done early on. You're right. You're right. That's why it's like curved out to the end. Good catch. Because it wouldn't be circle. Yeah. Good catch, Susan. Alright, so we got this line here. We're going to select the top. I'm going to hit Control plus. That's going to select just that top half. I'm going to hit E, and I'm going to separate, right, by selection. I'm going to have another cylinder here. And then I'm gonna name these so these make sense. So this is gonna be called like container. And this is gonna be called like vertical glow, or we're gonna do fake, or no, we're gonna do glow fake, right? So we got our glow fake, right? And now we're going to go into materials, and we're not going to use Toon Shader anymore. We're going to use a different shader now. So we're going to take off this shader. You can see that it's just, and you can see it here actually. This looks just like a tube. And we're going to create a new material, and we're going to name this glow, and we're going to name it fake. Cool. We're gonna make a fake glow in the materials. If you're not interested in materials, your eyes are probably gonna gloss over now, but let's make a fake glow. Okay, so here we go. We'll go to our shader. We'll go to objects. We'll take off the principal shader. We're not gonna be using that. What we are gonna be using is a mix shader. So go to shader mix, and we're gonna be mixing two shaders. And the shaders we're gonna be mixing is, what do we want it to do? We want it to glow. And then what do we want it to also do? Be a little transparent. So it's going to be a glow and a transparent. So for those, it's going to be shaders. Emissions. That's our glow. Emissions. And then the other one that we want is shaders transparent, right? And we want to mix these two. All right. So because we're in Eevee, we have to actually put some settings here specifically for this material. So make sure you go to the materials. We'll go to settings, and make sure you put blend mode, alpha blends. So that makes it nice and transparent. Also in edit mode, make sure you delete the top half. Now we can see it's just a tube that goes around. Just a tube that goes around, right? So yes, so we'll keep going, and right now what it's doing is that it's mixing between emissions and transparent, and that's controlled by the factor. So this number, just imagine it like a percentage. 0.5 is 50%. 50% emissions, 50% transparent. So if we go all the way left to 0, it'll be in emissions. It'll be this one. And if we go 100%, boom, it'll be transparent, right? But I want it to glow from the bottom, right? And then kind of fade out to the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a factor. This factor, we're going to plug in a gradient that'll dictate that. It'll tell it. It'll tell it what to do. Okay? So hit Shift A, convert, color ramp. We have a ramp here, we put it in. Like that doesn't look like what we want. But we have to tell it which direction we want it from, right? So we'll do is input texture coordinates. This will basically dictate how it's going to map out this ramp, right? And we'll put it in to the factor. And like, okay, cool, it's still not doing what we're doing, right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to separate the directions. The directions are X, Y, and Z. So here we are separating the directions, and we're going to separate it from Z. And you can see here Z is up and down. And you can see that, let me go to the front. So X is left and right, Z is up and down, and Y is backwards and forwards. All right, so we want the Z. There we go. We're getting some fading here, so that's nice. So to control that, what we also want is, oh man, what was it called? Convert, is it texture? I always forget this one. You're gonna have to watch me suffer. Texture coordinates? No, that's the one we just did. Hold on, I'm gonna go to a different material real quick. Mapping, it's mapping, guys. Okay, so it's convert, or is it vector? Mapping. There it is. So here's our mapping node. And now that we have, so what it's doing here, so not to overcomplicating it, it's like this is telling it how to map this gradient. This is separating that we only want the up and down, the Z axis. This is now telling it how do we want to do it, right? So here's the location, XYZ. So here's Z. And now we got our glow that can go all the way through up to the top or not, right? So there we go. I changed this to B-spline. It gives me a better like glow ratio S, you know. There you go. And we got a glow going on. Beautiful. Now that we have the glow, right, we want to change it to a nice color glow. And the glow that we want also, okay, yeah. Also make sure to have backface culling on this material. So you can't see the back. You can only see the front glow. Because if you see the back glow, I don't know, maybe that looks good. We'll see. We'll change this to a color so it looks cool. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not what we're changing the color. We're changing the emission color. There it is. I don't know, maybe like that, a blue color. Should it be a different color? Should it be a little bit darker blue? Should it be a little green? No, not green. Let's just do a light blue here. There we go. And the color get stronger, right? Look at that. It's over 9,000. Okay. But yeah, if you just put the emissions up, you can see that now that glow is starting to get there. Now we can start messing with this. And really start setting up how we want this glow. There it is. So there we go. We got a fake glow. That glow is not real. That glow is just... yeah, backface culling, take off. That glow is not real. This is just literally a texture that's a gradient. And we're using the bloom here to make it glow too, right? Like, let's see if we, like, blast this glow, right? It even looks cooler. You just put that intensity to 1. Boom. Looks like it's glowing. And let's put back our line art modifier. Go back to our camera. We will... ah, see? But this is what I wanted to test out. We can't see our diamond. We can't see the diamond line art, right? Why? Where is it? Where'd it go? Did I turn it off? Where's our gem? Line art. Did I turn it off here? Oh, it was off. Or maybe it didn't update. Yes, I don't know. All right, let's put on our glow. Great. So our glow, if we hit... oh, man, see... it looks like it's on, but look, it went away now. I had it on. And if I hit, let's say, a render, right? Would it appear? It does not appear. So I don't know what might be happening here. If I take off the fake glow, okay, so the fake glow, you see? So when there's an object in the way of the line art, a transparent object, I should say, the line art doesn't work. This is technically seeing it as like a hard thing. And I don't think there's a setting that I can change to do that. You see, you can't see it through the transparency. Suzanne says a bug, show them, and I will. I'll send in my inquiry. I'm not sure what. None. Alpha clip. Yeah, so it turns off with the see-through with the material, and I know what's I know what's happening. Like, since we're using a fake glow, this is seen as a real object, and since it's a real object, it's not calculating that you can see through it, you know, and I guess that's an issue. Alpha blend, alpha hash. That's interesting too. Alpha clip, alpha blend, backface culling. Okay, so let's see. So that's one way. We got this fake glow going, right? So let's see if we could do another way to do this fake glow, right? Let's go back, go to our material. Oh, I accidentally messed up the base here. Let's do another type of glow. We'll go to let's hit 2, hit select the middle. I'm gonna hit F. I'm going to duplicate it so I have another plane, and I'm going to hit the selection. I have a container 2 here, right? Great, and I'm going to call this light. Let's put it with the material of glow. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna put light fake. And then, because this is the container, this is the light. Wait, what's happening? Hold on. Light fake. Light fake. This is our fake glow. Look, our fake glow, look, it appears here, but watch, once I hit play, it goes away, right? Yes, goes away. Okay, enough of that. Fake glow. Got our light here. Put this in the light. Great. We'll put the emission straight through. There we go. We'll bring the light down. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna bring this brightness way high, and I just want to see if I can control this bloom better. There we go. You know, so I think it looks interesting with this light. So we have two different ways of doing our light. We're using bloom with a white plane with an emissions audit that gives it the glow, or we can use this ridiculous glow. You can't even see it anymore. It doesn't even matter. I don't even know why I have it here. Anyway, I think we got this. I think this is pretty good. I think it's pretty interesting. We'll turn on the line art for everything. There you go. And what I want is, I want some line here, right? So I'm going to hit pause. We'll go to this mode here. I'm going to select this whole circle. I'm going to hit Control E and do Mark Freestyle. So then now when I go into this line art modifier, I'll make sure it does edge marks. And now we got our line again. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna hit render just to see what this looks like. And it's interesting. There's like these jagged edges. you know, I don't know if it's, I need to render it better, if there's a way to render it more crisp, more crispy. These lines are a little wavy. Like, is it my, let's do this a square. We'll do 2048 to 2048. So now we're in a square. We'll get our camera. Maybe orthographic will be good. It's cool that the line art modifier does work in other camera modes like orthographic, which is pretty cool. And with our line art, we can always make our thing way bigger. Right? So we'll do one of these. It's interesting that the line just ends there. You know? Kind of weird. We'll keep it nice and thin for now. And we'll change the camera back from orthographic to just perspective. We'll hit Alt R, rotate X, 90, negative 90. Why is, wait, what happened here? Hold on. Rotate on the X. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay. So change the perspective. Hit R. Rotate on the X9. Oh. Rotate X 90. Bring it down. Bring it forward. Actually, yeah, bring it forward. Maybe doing it in a wide angle would be even better, because then I can get really close. Do like a weird perspective here. Render this. Cool. I'm also gonna extend this top half here. So I'm gonna select the middle point, hit Control plus, bring it up. There we go. Looks like a tube. It's containing it. Pretty cool. Then another thing I'm gonna do is take off this line art real quick. Go to this regular mode. Instead of this being flat, I'd like it to be like concave, like you can look in there. So I'm going to do an interesting way to select this. So I'm going to how am I gonna do this? I'm going to select the bottom ring, then select all the way to the top by hitting Control plus. I'm going to maybe duplicate it, shrink it down, bring it down here. I'm gonna go to this view, bring it up a little bit. Oops, so it matches up right here. And then I'm gonna do the vertex. I'm gonna select the vertices for them. Hit F to make it a square. I'm gonna select the line and then keep hitting F. Oh no, it doesn't work. Usually the I'm like trying to make this like easier, even though I could just go there and click on all those. I think there's the easier way. So let me go back, and this will just be a learning experience to remember to do it this way. If I select all these points and select all these points, don't I have like a bridge tool? I'm gonna hit F3, type in bridge, Control E, bridge edge loops. I think that worked. It did. If I look here, we can see that it's it's concave now. Great. So that ended up working. And then let's continue fixing this material. Maybe I don't want this. Put the line art back on. And let's mark these lines. Let's select this line and this line. I'm gonna hit right click, mark freestyle, and now we got our lines going. For the diamond, I'm gonna take off the waviness. Now, after looking at it, taking it off. Wave distortion. Is it wave distortion? Okay, great. Interesting. Maybe this line for the tube should be just way thinner. What if it's like really thin? Maybe that's too thin. Maybe like 10 pixels. Couple more lines I want. I'm realizing. Wait, why is it dark now? My viewport looks darker. Oh, it's because I'm in edit mode. I did not even realize. So in edit mode, let's go into this. We're going to do some more freestyle. We're going to go here. I want to see this line. So right click freestyle. And then this line, right click freestyle. Great. Okay. So let's continue making maybe these even a little bigger. I always overdo it here. Maybe 20 would be fine. Cool. And then for this, let's add some detail onto this tube here. I'm just gonna hit Control R and then scroll here, add in a bunch of edge loops. Hit 3, and I'm just gonna select I'm gonna select this line here and this line, slide them up. And then I'm gonna select this line. How about these two lines? Slide them up by hitting G twice. I'm just making some variation here. And then select this line. We'll select these. And then we'll hit Alt E. Extrude along faces. And you can see at the top left here what that's looking like. I think it looks cool right when it pops out. So see, if I hit Alt E, extrude, boom. We got some tubes here. I guess we should do some more up here. Maybe like this one. Maybe that one. Let's see. Okay, now I feel like that's too many. Maybe it should just be this top one. I'm holding shift so I can extend it. We can make it real huge. And we're just gonna keep adding some details here. Boom. Very nice. Looking like a fun tube. Some more details we're gonna put. Maybe we will put. I'm gonna hit Control R, make an edge loop there, and then Control B, and then Control Alt E, and maybe extrude. Extrude something out here. And then maybe do the same thing here, but I'll make it up higher. Control B, and then extrude out. Maybe an inset would look better. See what that looks like. I mean, looks a little busy there. Maybe it should look wider and then inset. Let's see. Great. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do it at the top here. And then inset. There it is. Cool. I guess I can add like a modifier, a subsurface modifier on this, right? Like, if I was like, if I wanted to make it smoother looking. Oh wait, wrong modifier. Oh no, I guess I could just add it to the line art. And now they're smooth. Yes, that's how you get smoother lines, at least for now. And then this line's cutting off, so I wonder if it's this light that I can just change. Let's see, cursor to selected, object. Trying to reset its anchor point to its origin, set origin to 3D cursor. Okay. There it is. So that gets our line going. So yeah, this line art modifier, I'm really enjoying. I think it helps a lot with the hard surface stuff, at least. Because it's looking pretty dandy. All right, so since the light's coming from the bottom, I'm gonna change the tint, so you'll see it here. Erase this. The tint is coming from this object here, so I'm going to just bring it down so that the bottom is being lit up, and then I'm gonna make sure that the gem is being tinted stronger. And you can see it being tinted here. We'll zoom up on it. You see that it's white, blue, and then we got the gradient. So we'll do this. We'll make sure it's like pure white. There it is. We got the tint that's white. Maybe that blur, right? Would that blur look cool? Is it under effects? Blur. There we go. Suzanne, I'm impressed what it does. Yeah, it definitely helps out a lot. for backgrounds, for things that you model. Obviously not drawing stuff, but you know, it does make things look cool, so to speak. So this blur is pretty cool. I wonder if we do a lighter blur. Let's put 20. I can't even see it. 30. So then when I render it, pretty cool. All right, I think we've explored most of this. But let's salvage something. I'm gonna do a couple more things, and then I'll keep this. The stream's gonna be a little shorter. I've been streaming for about 2 hours, so I'm gonna do about like 20 more minutes of some tweaking here, and then I'll be on my way, guys. Okay, so let's save this. Let's see if we can make use of this thing. So let's lower the opacity. Go to the settings, alpha blend. Got the glow. Bring it up. Rotate on the X, 180. Bring it up. Maybe go to edit mode. Cursor to selected and set the origin to the 3D cursor. Jiraj, hello, hello. Good to see you, dude. We've been testing out the line art modifier. How are you doing today? Hello, looks freaking awesome. Hi, Jiraj. I'm pretty good, except my throat hurts for some reason. Oh man, that sucks. Hopefully you have some cough drops, right? Some cough medicines. All right, we're salvaging this fake glow here. We'll get it out here. I bet you if, oh man, and then I bet you if I bring it down, it will probably start obscuring. That sucks. Sucks so much. There we go. There we go. See what a render of this looks like. Oh, that didn't render. There it is. Pretty good, except my throat hurts for some reason. I had a break today. I have propolis. Yes, the miracle cure for everything. Well, I hope you're feeling better. And I'm glad you had a break. I'm sure you've been working really hard. You could bake the animation in a linear modifier, right? Bake the animation. What do you mean? What do you mean bake the animation? I mean, yeah, you could definitely bake it if you want. If that's what you're asking, like, you can bake any animation. All right, so let's see. We're going. We got the light. All right, so let's see if we do something cool like this. We'll be doing an array, and we'll bring it back a bunch, maybe one. And let's see if we line art, like apply the line art mod so you have keyframes. That way it shouldn't obscure it. No, I think it obscures it because I'm using a material with translucency, and the translucency, it still reads it as a solid material. We tried baking it before, right? So we got the gem, we went to line art, and then I baked it. But it's still, maybe you're right. Hold on. Oh man, you're right. Jiraj, I swear I did it before and it didn't work. Oh no, there it is. See, and it still obscures it. Right when you update it, it still obscures it. I think it's because of the material. It's fake. It's like a fake translucency. So yeah, the line art is baked. The gem baked. Bake all. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe I didn't bake it all the way. A lot of bacon here. Hold on. You could be right, Jiraj. I've done doing this wrong. Take a little break while this loads. Oh yeah. But anyway, Jiraj, you caught me just about the last 30 minutes here. I'm gonna be making this a somewhat short one. Boom. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it actually baked the wrong way. I accidentally baked it while it was being obscured. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's undo all this. And let's bake it the right way. Now let's do it again. Think you're right. I swear, like if you go earlier in the stream, if you go, me and Susan, she asked that. She said it might have been a bug, but yeah, that's what I was trying, and it wasn't working. But I'm all open to being wrong. It'll be great if I was wrong. It's like, it is frustrating. No, Jiraj, I really appreciate you chiming in. There's so many times you've helped hundreds of times. I appreciate it. All right, so it is baked. Let's see if it works. Oh, Jiraj. What was I doing before? What was I doing? I don't understand what was happening before. I swear. So then that means... So let's bring this. Take off the modifier. Oh man, I swear. We tried it before. I'm going to take off this fake light. And we're going to do the thing I was originally trying to do. Maybe we won't take off the fake light, but we'll just dim it down.